The Puntledge Forest near Cumberland and Courtenay is a sweeping property along the Puntledge River that will now remain untouched after a local group raised $6.5 million to save it from logging.
I just am over the moon about it. Like I live here in the community as well. I come here all the time. Lots of people do.
This land used to be part of the Dunsmuir coal mining empire in the early 1900s, but when mining ended, the land was sold to BC Hydro that took over the nearby dam for power generation. But the rights to the trees later went to Comox Timber, and in 2022, logging them became a real possibility.
Some plans were put in place to harvest these trees, which were wildly unpopular with the local community. So the owners of the timber, Comox Timber, reached out to us and asked if we would be willing to find a conservation solution instead.
That led to 3 stages of fundraising to save 3 parts of the forest, culminating with the final 37 hectares for $2.4 million. Most of the money was donated by big donors like the BC Parks Foundation, BC Hydro, and the Government of Canada's Natural Heritage Conservation Program. As well, almost $500,000 was raised from 635 donors, all since last summer.
Absolutely. I mean, people of limited means that want to throw us $20, I mean, that $20 means as much to me as $200,000 from a well-heeled person. Like people dug deep and gave us what they could, and it mattered and it worked.
Tom Grimmer personally donated $25,000 to save the forest.
This is a really special place, and we need to keep it for our kids and their kids, and it's pretty simple. I mean, I've only been in the valley for 7 years, but I've been consistently impressed by the efforts in conservation that go on here.
Why is this particular area important?
Well, it's uncommon in this part of Vancouver Island to find forests in the lowland zone that are older than, say, 40 or 60 years old.
This forest is 100 to 120 years old.
But on top of just the size of trees, there's over 18 different species at risk that call this place home. This is a really important place for biodiversity, and it stands out as being significant in the context of the overall region.
A public celebration is planned for sometime this spring.